And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another webinar. Let's give it a moment for everyone to join and let me know in the comments if you can hear and see me clearly. No worries. We will start in a few moments. And welcome. I see a few of you joining already. Perfect. Welcome again. I'm so glad you're here today. And go ahead and drop in the chat where you're tuning in from and if you can hear and see me clearly. Today's webinar is going to be fun and interactive and most importantly useful for your education business. Whether you're just signing up for a free SuperTeacher account or you've been teaching for years and want to scale, you're in the right place. And today's theme is very simple: how to start connecting with your students worldwide in just 3 simple steps. By the end of today's walkthrough, you'll see exactly how easy it is to set up your teacher page in minutes so you can become available globally to your students, how to list and organize your classes effortlessly, and start connecting with your students worldwide instantly. I just finished chatting with a teacher friend who signed up last night, and by the beginning of this webinar, she already had the first payment process through SuperTeacher. So that's an amazing example of how streamlined everything can be for you. No hassle, no guesswork, just simple steps to get your teaching business out there and ready for the world to see. Let me see if we have someone in the comments. Oh, perfect. I see a few comments coming through. Oh, hi, Carol. Wonderful. Welcome. Carol says, hi, Abby, I can see and hear you. And Mel is there too. Welcome, Mel. Perfect. Hi, Katie. So happy to have you today. Perfect. And Porsche is there too. Good afternoon, Ivy. Hi, everyone from the US, right? Perfect. I'm so excited to be your host today. I'm going to keep it simple and practical. For those of you who are just starting or tuning in to one of my webinars the first time, just to give a quick intro, my name is Ivy and I'm the founder of SuperTeacher. I'm also an ESL teacher. I'm actually a special educator by vocation turned ESL teacher. I've taught independently since 2021. And a few months ago, I just left a company. I did kind of stay with a company to help me invest in my mini business, SuperTeacher. And so I combined, I had a hybrid model of teaching, but nevertheless, I'm still teaching. Now I just teach my private students and try to focus fully on SuperTeacher. And today is going to be kind of like a practical demo on how to get set and also how to scale, how you can scale with SuperTeacher. And during the webinar, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments and I will reply as soon as I see them. No need to wait or, there won't be some dedicated Q&A session. So before we jump in, let's see why this matters. This topic is important. As an independent educator, myself, and probably you, or you're maybe considering to go independent, we all know the main challenges, which are how do I stay visible or maybe even become visible for the first time if you're just starting? How do I manage my classes, payments, and bookings without drowning in tools? Because there are so many options out there. And what sets SuperTeacher apart is the all inclusiveness. And how do I grow beyond just words of mouth? And SuperTeacher was built to solve these exact problems because remember, I was teaching with companies until 2021 when the Chinese double reduction policy hit. So whatever is developed on SuperTeacher app, it comes from the real needs from fellow educators and myself, as we went independent. So think of SuperTeacher as your teaching headquarters. It's a professional all-in-one platform that makes your teaching business instantly discoverable and lets you manage everything from one place. And the best part about it is you don't need tech skills at all. You don't need a big budget as well. And you can literally go live today in seconds. So, okay, let's go into the fun part, which is the live demo. I won't bother you with any kind of presentations and stuff. I'm just going to share the SuperTeacher homepage. Oh, I think I've been sharing it. Oh, yeah, I haven't really clicked to share. Okay, this is better. Now you can see both my screen and myself. I think in the last webinar, I completely forgot to share myself. So if you could just hear me. And if you're just tuning in or listening to the replay, you can still comment, leave comments in the chat. And if you have any questions as we go. So let's see, the first step would be so we're going to go through the process of setting up your online presence to connecting your students, or in other words, from zero to ready to go and teach independently. And the first step in that regard is setting up your teacher page. So I'm going to walk you through from the get-go. Let's create a teacher page. To sign up with SuperTeacher, you just need to follow this little button in the top right corner that says sign up. And as soon as you open it, SuperTeacher already picks up some information like your time zone. On that note, it's interesting to know that SuperTeacher works worldwide and in different time zones, meaning compared to some other tools, you don't have to explain your availability in your students' local time zone. But the moment they come visit your teacher page, they see everything adjusted to their time and their time zone. So you want to pick an educator email. And by the way, as you see, it doesn't say ESL teacher. That means SuperTeacher is much more than just a platform for ESL educators like myself or maybe you, but it's open for mentors, coaches, tutors, and everyone who actually runs an independent education business, be it teaching live or selling digital products, courses, group membership, and so on. For name, you can pick your business name or your private name. For the purposes of today's demo, I'm going to say ESL Teacher Ivy. And my email will be ESL Teacher Ivy at superteacher.net. Password, of course, something you use or whatever it is, and you have to agree to our terms and conditions and privacy policy, which you can see at the bottom of the SuperTeacher main page. As soon as you sign up, you get an email notification to verify your account. I'm just going to do that quickly on the admin part to speed up the process. And from there on, you can just log in. And what you first see is your oh, yeah, I was visiting another page before, is your teacher dashboard. Okay, so I want to show you that immediately upon just signing up with SuperTeacher, you get your unique teacher page URL. And what it means, think of it as your landing page, as your online store, which you can build up. The more info you add, the better for you and your following and your students. But for now, we're just going to go with the basics. No comments at the moment. Let me know if you need any clarification or if in case I go too quickly. Let me move myself here. Okay, so that's better. Apologies for the sneezing. I'm a little bit sick, so but I think you can follow. Perfect. So the first thing to set is your teacher profile. So real quickly, you can add a profile photo here. I'm just gonna pick the one I have, like this one. It can be landscape or it's better to be landscape, so it fits well. And you can list the subject you teach. This is only for self-marketing purposes. You don't have to do all of these things, but it's just recommended if you do some self-marketing. Remember, part of our webinar is also how to grow beyond word of mouth marketing and just referrals. If you want to really go global and make global presence and be discoverable through social media and your circles, then you would want to fill in this info. If there is a subject you teach, you can yeah, that you don't see here, just let us know by reaching out at support@superteacher.net, and we will edit it in no time. And by the way, let me know in the comments below what you teach. I sometimes kind of tend to assume that everybody is an ESL teacher, which is of course not the case. And so I will do my best to be more inclusive going forward. Okay, and these are the basics. Later on, you can fill in your overview section, which is the About Me. You can add a page banner, choose, go more specific by setting the grades and levels you teach, and so on. But what's most important in this part of the journey is to add your classroom URL, of course, if you do teach live classes, because SuperTeacher also serves as a waiting room for you once you start teaching independently, and it also has its own email notification system integrated, and that means when your students book classes, they will get your classroom URL automatically. You don't need to email or message with them back and forth and share your link every time you have a student and so on. And for them, it's very easy because they can also join class through their SuperTeacher dashboard. So to change your classroom URL or to set it here, you just need to click Edit Profile. And the classroom URL can be any kind of video conference room that supports a single permanent link. Meaning, if you teach with Classin, then this feature is not very useful. You can just skip this step. Your students will still get notifications about classes. They can still book classes, but you would then open the class to enter within Classin itself. All other platforms, sorry, like Zoom, Voov, CoRoom, Lesson Space, QualaGo, WebEx, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, all of them work with SuperTeacher. And this is important. So, whatever you're using, it's inclusive and it's probably supported to be added. Just submit and you just set the most important part, which is how your students join the class. And the last thing really necessary for you to begin selling your product is to set your preferred payment method. If you come from a Stripe supported country, you can go ahead and link Stripe for payout. And we highly recommend that if that's an option for you, because the payouts would go directly to you without any delays. Stripe usually processes them within 2 business days, and that's the window you can expect. And the other perk is once you connect your Stripe account, you can also set your local currency as a selling currency. By default, on SuperTeacher, you sell classes in dollars. Your class prices are set in dollars, but if you can use Stripe, then you can set your own currency. That's another benefit of using a Stripe compared to other methods. But don't worry, if you're coming from a Stripe non-supported country, you can link Wise or Pioneer account for payouts. In this case, you sell classes in dollars, your parents and students pay through SuperTeacher, and then we process the payouts manually. We try to honor the same window as Stripe has, 2 to 3 business days, but it's never longer than 5 business days. You can count on that. Sometimes, there is a Stripe holiday or bank holiday or whatever. International payments can get busy. But yeah, this is what we try to follow as the best practice. So if you are a Wise user, you just need to enter your Wise email account. And if you use Pioneer or bank, direct bank payouts, you switch it to this button. We don't recommend having international bank payouts, but if you're based in America or you have a US based account, then it's recommended. It doesn't occur any additional fees. For international payments, though, and payouts, we highly recommend Wise because it's simple, cheap, and fast. Okay, no questions so far. I hope this is being useful so far. Okay, this is all that it comes to into step one, setting up your teacher page. To sum it up, register with SuperTeacher, link the classroom of your choice, set your preferred payout method, and that's it. All in between is just taking time and tweaking and kind of making your teacher page more beautiful, full of info. Let's see what we have set so far. To check your progress, you just click this view or share my teacher page button and open it in the same or another tab. We highly recommend opening it in another tab and bookmarking it for your future reference, because this is also the link you can later share with your students and prospects to come to your teacher page and book classes, purchase whatever they need. So basically, you just see my name, picture, it says I teach ESL, and now here is my calendar, which is going to be step two, how to set up your availability. If you're teaching one-on-one classes, let me go back to my teacher dashboard. You want to go to your class offer and set your availability. This is actually your calendar. And you can link your Google Calendar for easier management of your availability. You can either open a single class slot. When you click on the class slots on the time on the schedule, by default it opens a 25-minute class, simply because that's what the majority of super teachers are having set and using. But if you want a custom time, you just click and then drag and drop. Let's say I want to offer 40-minute class. You can either open it as a single class or open this class slot for the whole month. If you want to open a recurring schedule, just click on the recurring schedule button, add, and so on. But for all these details, there is a broad library of short video guides you get upon registering. So as soon as you register, other than welcoming you, we're sending you a pack full of resources and tips on how to get started easier. So today we're keeping it simple. Open your availability, done, check. Now, if you teach group classes, that's another separate feature you can utilize here. It's under the class offer as well. So you can create a group class. Let's say this one is going to be Teacher Ivy's Debating Club. And a short name is for the link it's going to create. You can offer group classes as one-time based purchase or subscription. Let's say I want to run a weekly group. So I can pick a weekly renewal period for all ages and ESL students. Well, maybe not all ages, but okay, we're going to say all ages for now. You can limit the number of students, let's say 4, and the price should reflect the cost per student. Let's say this one is going to be $15 per student. Let's add the main image just so we make it even more beautiful. Okay, I'm just going to pick a random one. And here you can describe and welcome your students. Welcome to our debating club, maybe. And you can also add your classroom policies, which we highly recommend. And then you can copy paste anything you find relevant. And here you open your availability. By default, students get booked. They don't need to do anything manually with the group classes. They just get booked. Okay, save, and that's it. If you're selling digital products, there is a third super amazing tool you can use, which is called My Courses or Digital Products. I won't be creating one, or why not? I mean, why not include everything? It works the same as the group class builder. So basically, let's say debating one-on-one, self-paced course. Okay, debating one-on-one is not very smart. No, maybe phonics one-on-one, self-paced course. It's going to be a one-off payment base. So let's say it's maybe $97. ESL, all ages again, one-off purchase. And you can optionally, you can add live classes. Let's say at the end of the course, I want them to be able to schedule one call with me to check in and let me know how they're doing. You can add an intro video, which we're going to skip for now, or why not? I'm like, I don't want to go in much detail, but I think watching the replay could be much useful, very useful, actually. Sorry. Um, for the future reference, let's say this one. I'm just picking some random videos and images. And for the image, let's say, again, we're going to use, okay, what are we going to use? Um, Let me just find appropriate one. Okay, why not? This one looks like a fun, inviting activity. In the meantime, let me check if there are any questions or comments. I'm not receiving any comments. I know you can expect a bit of delay when we are in the webinars. So just let me know. Yeah, you just type in again and I will try to follow on them, to follow up quickly. Okay, I think it's ready. Again, you can see this course. Oh, just welcome. Let's keep it short and neat. And then you can explain in details who this course is for, or just skip this section. And in the end, you can start adding welcome video and resources. This is going to be the first section. And then I'm going to add maybe short A sound. And under each section, you can start adding resources and build it up as you go. So we've covered all the options you have with SuperTeacher. To just sum it up shortly, on your SuperTeacher page, you can offer one-on-one classes, be it one-off payment-based or subscription. The subscription period can be weekly and monthly. You can also sell group classes, and you can sell digital products for now. If you subscribe and sign up with SuperTeacher before September 15, if you're still thinking now is the right time to know what you're going to be needing it for. So because in the future plans, those features are going to be separated. On the starter plan, you're going to be able to use only the tools regarding one-on-one teaching, which is class packages and coupons. But if you do sell digital products and teach groups, it will be much more expensive after September 15th. And maybe now is the time to just show you. At the moment, SuperTeacher is $17 a month only with zero added service fee. And you get all the features all included within your membership forever, or actually until you decide to unsubscribe. And maybe later, if you decide to join SuperTeacher again, you will have to sign up with one of the future plans, which are going to be $17 plus 2.5% service fee. And the growth plan that includes digital product selling and group classes is going to be $29. So that's a lot more expensive, right? Yes. Okay. Let's go back to check our actual teacher page. And I highly encourage you to check your progress as you build your teacher page, because it really feels good once you start seeing what you've added. So as you can see, we have our availability open. And then I've added a group class. Here it is. And this is how it looks on your student's end. Let me zoom in a little bit. I think you can see it. And if your student comes and clicks subscribe, they will be able to subscribe and read about the club, the class, see your availability, and so on. All the info we put, you see how nicely it looks. If you're doing self marketing, you would want to grab, and you want, for example, to invite students to join your group. You would go to your teacher page, open the course as if you were the student or the class, copy that link, and then either create a QR code, which is super easy and neat, to add then to your flyers, social media posts, and whatever, or just copy and paste the link itself if you're sharing it via messages, or you just prefer sharing a link to click, which is really great. And let's check the course. Here is a digital product we've built, which is Phonics One-on-One, self-paced course. Remember, there we added a video, a little description, and your students can preview the content. They cannot access it unless they buy it. Here is a little button that explain. Here is the class credit mentioned, and so they get all the details they need before joining, right? Let me know if you have any questions on that. I think we have a few comments. Oh, I did share the link to check out the current super teacher deal, which is very limited, 5 days only more. And oh, welcome, Katie. Hi, V. Sorry, I'm late again. No worries, Katie. I've been trying to be super right on spot and focused, and so you can watch the replay. But I'm sure you know the majority of the things we're talking about because you're already um, using Super Teacher. But nevertheless, there is always some new features and things going on with it. Thanks to you and the teachers community. So no worries, and thank you for coming. Um, okay, so we've covered the two steps: how to register and how to set your teacher page, the basics. To sum it up, the only two or three things you need to set is linking your classroom, the classroom of your choice. As we mentioned, it could be any classroom that supports a permanent link option. And then set your payout method, right? By linking either Stripe for direct payments or Wise or Payoneer for manual payouts. Then we'll learn how to open up your availability. And now let's go into the sales. The last step, it would be to exactly create a class package. Class packages are for one-on-one teaching, and you can also offer them as one-time purchase based and subscriptions. Let's say this one is going to be 15, 25-minute classes, one-on-one, maybe as one-time purchase. So the number of classes is going to be 15 of 25 minutes, and the price, let's say it's going to be $300. Ordering just tells you where you want it to be put on your teacher page, and submit. And let's add one that's going to be subscription based, maybe monthly subscription of 8 classes, of 8, maybe 25-minute classes. This time I would just switch to subscription, and it's going to be monthly. Your monthly subscriptions renew every 28 days, and this is a very smart decision and actually feature request we had based on teachers' real experience. So it can renew every 4 weeks, right? Just to mention. And again, everything else is still in the same way. Oh, price is going to be, let's say, maybe if it's a subscription based, I'm going to give a little discount because they're going to be paying on ongoing basis, which works much better, right? And let's see what we've just set. So now we're pretty much close to filling in everything in our teacher page. Here it is. Ta-da-da. So now you see all the elements we've added, class packages included. As soon as your students click on your package, they will be able to register and then pay, and later on book classes. Either you or your students can book classes for them. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. And let me just see if I've skipped something or not. I think, let me know if you have any questions or any comments on this. So as you can tell, with SuperTeacher, you're in complete control. You decide what you teach, when you teach, how much you charge, and when it runs. You can tweak your availability anytime. That's the beauty of teaching independently, right? And you can list live classes, group memberships, and digital products. And all of this gets neatly organized for your students and in a single page, which makes it really user friendly. No more spreadsheets, no messy back and forth, no need to discuss every single detail with your students. Okay, let me know in the comments below what you teach. As mentioned before, I sometimes forget that not everybody is an ESL teacher, right? So if you teach any other subject, or if you're a mentor or a coach or a tutor, Super Teacher is also open for you and can meet all your needs. Let me check the comments. KDH says, I put a request for bi-weekly subscriptions for the roadmap. Unfortunately, Stripe does not support that. They only have weekly, monthly, and yearly subscription plans. And it takes a lot of custom kind of work on maybe finding a workaround. I did check that, but it's not a default option. But yeah, we can explore that as we go. Most definitely. I'm aware of the request. Thank you for the reminder. Let's see if there is any other comments. Okay, so far so good. Perfect. Okay, so let's go to the last step. Step 3 is to start connecting with your students worldwide, right? And this is the magic part, because once your page and classes are live, you're instantly available worldwide. What does that mean? That means Super Teacher is built to work even behind China firewall, even in places in the world you maybe struggle to reach your audience at. So just by clicking on your unique teacher link, it's a shareable link. You can drop it into your Facebook, into WhatsApp, into your, share it with your email list or anywhere else. And I highly recommend creating a simple QR code so that you can then add it to your self marketing material. I see Katie from Abridge Academy has joined us, and she has amazing resources on how to do self marketing, and some of them being templates for flyers and referral campaigns, and how to go beyond just word of mouth marketing and just go out there using social media and your social circles as well. So I think what I noticed based on the meetings I have daily with our teachers community is that we don't think beyond word of mouth referral, and we also don't think beyond sharing a simple link. And for that purposes, we can have a separate webinar on how to really go easy to create self-marketing material and to be creative about it, so that your students can actually see you, that your material can set you apart, and just by scanning the QR code, they come to your teacher page and do everything they need to do, right? Okay, so let's see if there is any more comments. Yeah. KDH says, I started as ESL, but now moving towards focusing solely on phonics and reading. Perfect. I love that. So you're niching down, which is always a good idea. I know us ex company and platform teachers, like marketplace teachers, might find it even harder sometimes to kind of, pull back from what we're used to teaching. Like myself, I've been teaching online since 2016, and I've always been teaching ESL online. And I never even thought about incorporating, for example, special education, which I am by vocation, into my class offer, or kind of specializing a little bit closer, so I could offer something more specific and charge even better. Okay, thank you, KDH, for sharing that. That's so important. KDH also says, I also started with Chinese students, but now focusing on finding American European students. I love that. I can tell Nova Kid, for example, is a company that also has European students. I've been with them for like 4 years almost. I just quit a few months ago. That's the company I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar. And so when it comes to prices, I can only share some insights that they pay just a little less than Chinese clients. And what I find useful is I do have two students that found me on social media that wanted to leave NovaKid because they were not happy with the 20-minute, 25-minute class time frame. They wanted to have longer classes. Uh, and for me, it worked really well to offer them a 40-minute class at the price that I, for example, charge Chinese students for 25-minute class. For me, that was not much of a hustle, but for them, that was super cool. And, they really appreciate this custom approach. And as clients, they're way less demanding, especially the parents, I can tell, because with NovaKid, I really had students from all across the world. Mainly, let me see, Romania, Poland, Turkey, also Korean lately, and yeah, other European countries. Oh yeah, French, Italy, also Germany, and so on. And the rule of the thumb is the parents are much more laid back. Maybe Turkey. My at least my experience with Turkish students and parents is that the parents are as demanding as Chinese parents. They sit on their children's head and do not let the class flow and want to intervene and stuff. But when it comes to other countries and parents, and trust me, I have them like tens of thousands of classes with them. I definitely can recommend working with the European students. I think the ongoing rate for a 25-minute class is 15 euros. You can easily charge that. But if you want to earn more, then either offer group classes or just a little bit longer class so you can charge more. Because there are definitely parents looking for a longer class and they don't like that, kind of rigidity, or that the schools are not just simply flexible, especially for older kids. Hope this insight helps. Okay, so to not pew much longer than my account. So this is my teacher page. The teacher page I actually use for the demo purposes. Every Monday there is a teacher training you can join. All the info you get upon registering. And there we also practice how to set your teacher page and how to get started in minutes. And it's really hands-on practice where you can get prompt support. Okay, without any further ado, this is one of the teacher pages that could be yours. So on top of the page, you see there is a header. Teachers are much more creative than I was here. Like literally, you can include any info or even notification in your header banner, whatever works for you. Maybe your business card or another QR code for some special deals or whatever it is. Use it creatively. Here you can see my intro video, the classes I offer, um, all the class details. Oh, we forgot to mention this little button. Students can literally message you, and the moment you receive the message, you get notified via email, so you can reply. And that's how SuperTeacher also collects leads or captures the leads for you as well. I see I could do this part a little bit better, but you see my tutor bio, you see my qualifications, and if a student wants to read more, they just click to read. Here is my availability. And remember, students always see it in their time zone. They can also see the student feedback you got, so they can tell, it really adds a professional tone to your class offer. Imagine comparing yourself to someone who is just marketing themselves on social media, and when the parent approaches them, they start communicating and saying, oh, you can pay me using this by using this link, or I'm going to share all the class details later, and so on. So it really adds a lot of professionalism for you, and like instantly as soon as you sign up with SuperTeacher and fill in all the basics, parents can tell that it's a serious business, right? You have a whole business page built to use, and for them to sign up and also get a dashboard and use effectively. As soon as you start selling classes or courses or products, parents and students also see all their transactions. So, full transparency. This is, in my experience, what most of the parents and students are loving about Super Teacher. And I've heard a lot of positive feedback on that from fellow teachers saying, "Oh, Ivy, the mom, she forgot how many class credits she has left. And when I told her to check up her balance, she was like, oh, I have this available at any time, night and day. And it just feels trustworthy and much more professional, both for you and your students. And this especially matters when you do not just word of mouth marketing, because those referrals usually come from the people you know. But if you're opening up your business and wanting to scale and go global, then Super Teacher can really make a huge difference for your business, because you're out there, um, and you can just come across as unique and different and professional compared to their other options, right? They can literally verify you, they can see your student feedback, they can see if you're active or not. No matter if you're just starting, you can always create a demo student account, book a few classes, leave yourself feedback. That's also legit. Come on. Super Teacher is always teachers first oriented. So whatever works for you, whatever I would want to work for me works for you as well. So you have this option as well. Katie says, absolutely, there's so many ways to self-market and promote your classes. Super Teacher then makes it super easy for those students to then sign up, right? I know, especially, recently I've noticed that difference. Word of mouth versus like I'm trying to promote myself on social media. And I've had quite a few insights into how that flow goes. Immediately when a teacher says, here's my teacher page, register here, it's a completely different story. First of all, students can see that you exist. You're a person of not just flesh and bone, but actually have some kind of professional presence online. They can Google you and they can find you. They can verify your teacher page and, see other students' experience and so on. Katie also says, yes, my students really love how they can manage everything. Thank you so much. I know, especially when you start like growing your student base, it can become overwhelming. So yeah, I think it takes a while for students to discover features, because they just use what they need at the moment. And I always recommend that if you feel overwhelmed with what Super Teacher has in store for you, just go with what you need. And so we have a full base, for example, of short video guides for students. And I never recommend just like dumping them all on your students, but actually follow what they need. Let's say they come from maybe Spain. Okay, so we have over 11 languages. I don't know anymore. I think there is 13 languages. Students guides, just to see if you're looking at the same screen. Yes. So there are student guides all set, done for you. They can literally get them, or you can give them to your student by typing in their email here and just clicking gift this course. So that way you can assign the course to them. So, just follow what they need. If they ask you, I don't know how to buy a class package, you just send them this little video, which you can download from the course itself, and literally just send it to them. Or just tell them, if you gifted the course, tell them, oh, check the video, the third video. And all of these guides are 15 to 40 seconds long, very easy to follow. So far, students are loving it. Lots of the languages also have the PDF version for those students and teachers who just prefer printing it out and having it in hand at any time. Oh, KDH, I just see your question here. Is there a way to download the PDF? Oh, I've never seen that one. Okay. Yes, there is. You just click on it. Let me get it. So let's do it right away. I will have to get the course and then access it again. Hi, Yogi. My cat is saying hello. Not sure if you can hear it. So, as soon as they get it, you just click on the interactive PDF. And here in the top right, there will be little print or download button. So, if you prefer printing it, it's gonna turn it into a PDF version first. Um, it's probably loading it still. Or you can just download it directly, which is probably easier, and then open it. And now it's open. You don't see because I'm sharing this part of the screen only. And yeah, it's interactive. So even when it's downloaded, the students keep all the links. Sorry for replying like 2 years later. Oh my goodness, you probably figured that. Oh, okay, a year later. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Also, when I have new students signing up, they definitely feel like they can trust me more and save making the payment, etc. Because SuperTeacher is such a professional, right? And you know what? I just realized I never talk about these things in our demos because and that makes it hard for teachers who are just starting with SuperTeacher to actually see the full power, the full force of it. Like just yesterday I had teacher Lacey who came and said, oh my goodness, I just figured the booking system, and I mean the booked class is completed, I can even reschedule and stuff like that. She wasn't aware. She was like, I've never seen those features, and now she said, I regret not joining super teacher even earlier. And she literally said that to me, I think this morning or last night, and I was like, oh, this just made my day. But yes, in all honesty, I forget to do that. So let me just show you quickly the actual dashboard. I'm going to log into an existing account. Um, it can be let's say it's a parent account for a change, but the class history is the same for you and your students. So here, let's say I have, oh, okay, completed classes. So you see your students by default see all the booked classes that are upcoming, meaning starting within the next 24 hours. Let's go ahead and book one, really. I'm going to see, so you see this is a parent dashboard and they even have you saved here. So let's go open Super Teacher and I'm just going to book a class. And you see, if you have a family, completely forgot to mention, if you have a family in which you teach more than one kid, then I recommend your parent registering with the parent account, because we have a student and the parent account. And if they make a mistake, they can always upgrade or downgrade. Don't worry about that. This is just to mention something I obviously often forget. So let's say we want Ellie to have class this time, and then here they will see the class credits that are expiring, which means they are subscription based. So always recommend using those up first, and then yeah, maybe the next will be Mark, maybe. On Friday. And as soon as the classes are booked, you see how SuperTeach actually tracks everything for you and for your students. Now, when the parent checks their balance, you see, I think I didn't notice which package we use, but it's definitely used up. So it will take away the class credits. And this also makes it very easy for you to do your refund policy. I always recommend refunding class credits instead of refunding like the real transaction and the money, because that gets so complicated. Everybody loses money you to begin with on transaction fees back and forth, and parents have to wait anywhere between 5 to 10 business days for Stripe to first us to process it, then Stripe to process it, and then it's just frustrating. So if you do offer refunds, make sure they're in class credits, which teachers find super amazing, because then it's really clean. Let's say, let me show you on the teacher dashboard. Let's say we just finished class, but half the class maybe was filled with tech issues. If that happens, and that happens, we are alive and we always depend on technology, right? Let's say we did start the class, the kid did come, or the adult student, whoever it is, we completed the class, but I want to offer them a makeup credit because it just, I just think they deserve it for any reason. So you would go to your completed classes, click open for more details, and then you can literally refund it. Or if you just click there and now the class is back to their balance, and it's going to show here, you see, refunded. And I just recently had the parent, they were a little bit annoyed, honestly, because they completely forgot to let me know they won't be showing up, and it's a new student, and they did know my policies like 24 hours in advance for a canceling class, and 8 hours, at least 8 hours earlier, to let me know if they want to reschedule. But I was sure, absolutely like sure, because the teenager just forgot, and mom and dad relied on him, probably. It's what happened. And I never, because they do get notifications from SuperTeacher, everything is set in place. And then a day and a half later, she was like, "Oh, teacher Ivy, we didn't have class yesterday, right?" And I was like, "Right, and you didn't let me know what happened. So I was there waiting for you. That also costs me. I could have opened that class for somebody else, right?" And then she was like, "But he had a, I don't know what she said, but something complete nonsense." And then she asked for a refund, and I was like, my policy and stuff. And it was much easier because she was annoyed, pretty much annoyed. How come I don't honor that he wasn't feeling really well? But honestly, I didn't want to lose the student, so I was like, "Okay, I can offer you this class credit, but only this one time." So it was, it made them happy. For me, it was like, okay, it's a new client, I can be a little bit flexible just this one time, but in the future they know how it works. And even after refunding the class, she was like, "I don't see the proof, where did you refund the class?" And I was like, "Da da da." Thanks to anyone who suggested this feature. I think it might be you, Katie, even, to include, because this is the newest edition, the refunded classes. So you can actually show. I just took a screenshot. From there on, she was like happy, shiny, back to her old self and whatnot. Just some insights. But yeah, Super Teacher works for you in that regard as well, is my point. Oh, you did hear Yogi. Adorable. It's okay, I figured out. Oh my goodness, so sorry, KDH. I completely missed your question. KDH also says, "I think the booking calendar that shows times in teacher and student time zone is the best feature." Oh my goodness, thank you. I'm so happy you find it so useful. No more trying to convert times. We also did work on that already, on having your internal preview of different time zones, but there was some kind of incompatibility or whatnot, and we just pushed it away a little bit, and we'll come back to that. I just wanted you to know I didn't forget about that. So on that note, whenever you see something, first of all, I can confidently say that whatever you think you might need with Super Teacher, we already have it, because it's built thanks to the teachers community based on the real needs. If there is something you need and you're not aware you even need it, we also got it. I have to say that as well, because it's true. Because so many times I've heard that, like, and thank you so much. I'm really humble and I'm so grateful for having, crossed paths with so many of you, thanks to the project that became a business. And it was very selfish. I always like to say that it was built for myself and a few fellow teacher friends, but it's becoming something much bigger and kind of more inclusive. So if you do, I wanted to say, if you do want or have some feature you saw somewhere you like, or especially if you saw it somewhere, then it's way easier to implement, because you can then describe it to us. We can schedule a call, discuss it, maybe share a link, just share all about it in our roadmap. There is a Super Teacher roadmap I shared the link to, and you will see what's coming up next, what's in the works. You will also see the change log, and Super Teacher is very active, very vibrant, and I hope to see you becoming a part of it if you're not already in. Yeah. I'm sure you're going to find it useful, like Katie and KDH and other teachers, not just friends, but like serious business owners. Like KDH owns her reading business, and as she said, she's niching down to just teaching phonics and reading, which is amazing. And Katie from ABG Academy runs her own curriculum based business. And so thank you for the trust and the support you offer and every day. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so maybe, sorry, who might be interested in using Super Teacher? So, educator of any profile. It doesn't have to be ESL. It can be any subject, or tutoring, or mentoring, or coaching, or any kind of educational business that you want to go independent with. It's great for beginners as well because it's not that expensive, honestly. Like, it's probably going to cost you a class or even less, or in the worst case scenario, probably an hourly rate. um, or if you're already teaching offline, I've seen those teacher friends joining as well, teaching offline. And when the COVID hit, and after that, like, many people are just aware of the benefits of teaching online. You can just move your whole business to teaching online in just like a day. And especially once you sign up, register, subscribe, reach out for support. I'm going to share the link to our I'm going to share our support email as well. And every Monday at 6 p.m. Central European Time, there is a Monday meetup for newbies. You can join and really, like, literally share your screen, and we're going to work on your teacher page to set it up by the end of the meeting. There is a very intense 2 week support where we reach out more than usual and remind you to come to schedule a one-on-one call with me here. Let me share this one as well. If I haven't logged out, if I have, I'm gonna definitely still share it. Okay, getting in. And we also have an official Facebook community group, and it's only for super teachers. It's very exclusive because super teacher is still a small team, and I think high quality support is my number one priority. And to stay like that, you do have to be a super teacher, right? And part of the community. Joking aside. Okay, here we go. I did share the group link. And to schedule a one on one call, just let me check. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes. To find all this info even easier without any delays, just go to the main Super Teacher page. I'm going to share that link instead because we have a help center, so you feel supported at any time. And in the bottom right button, there is a little help button. And here you have a quick answers question, you have a contact form, and useful links like how to sign up. Here is a schedule one-on-one call link, which I was looking for. Okay, I'm going to share it now. And you also get all this info, sorry, upon registering. Do not overwhelm you any further. Okay, let me check if I want to make sure I don't miss any comments. Katie says, I love how everything is tracked and easy for parents to see what they've paid for being refunded in upcoming classes. Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. This is so useful. And yeah, we kept adding things as we go, right? So all this detailed data and balances and tracking is in place. Thank you for everything you do, making Super Teach everything. Thank you so much. Don't make me cry now, because you know me, like, I couldn't be happier, because I was never aware of what a beautiful thing it will become, connecting teachers worldwide and just opening so many more opportunities. Teaching online can be a very lonely place, when we were part of companies, we did kind of have the community, but going independent is really much more challenging in any way, in any shape and form. And when you don't have the experience and the community to lean on to, it can be really hard. So you're more than welcome to join Super Teacher community, and thank you everyone for being part of it already. I couldn't be more proud. Okay, so just to sum it up, we're full hour in now. Today we saw, let me check if I need to share the screen again. Okay, so today we worked on setting up your teacher page in minutes. And to remind you, there are only three things you need to do to start teaching and selling classes already. First, if you teach on live classes, do link your classroom to your super teacher page, and immediately you get super powered Zoom, Google Meet, Qualago, whatever it is, with all the features Super Teacher includes. Then make sure to list and organize your classes effortlessly. Depending on what you teach, go with what you need. Don't try to pick every information and try everything out. Go with what you need to begin with. So if you teach one-on-one, create a class package, explore the monthly or weekly subscriptions and one-off payments. And if you teach groups or sell courses, do utilize those features. And then start connecting with your students worldwide instantly. And that means grab your teacher page URL. Again, I want to show you where it is. It's in your main teacher dashboard, right next to your teacher uh, profile, the name and the picture. It says view share my teacher page. This link is not just your unique URL. It's not just a link for your students to come and see your page. It's actually a lead collector. So when your student does come to your page, they get super teacher grabs their info, their email, their student profile, and everything you need for later on. That also means you can use SuperTeacher for self-marketing in so many ways. Like you can add a free worksheet, for example, using the digital. Yogi agrees. Sorry about it. Yes? Yeah. I know. It's time to say bye-bye, she says. Anyways, you can create a lead magnet, which you can learn all about in Katie's amazing webinars. Katie, do feel free to share if you have it in hand. She did amazing challenges and boot camps about referral marketing, and also creating flyers and self-marketing material, which I attended and I highly recommend. And so it's up to you how you're going to go about it. Do you want to just share the link directly with your students in any chat or any form, or you want to put your teacher page URL, this very URL here, into a QR code? To do so, let me add a little bonus to our today's webinar. And some of you I know already, because I love it. It's called Digicode by La Digitale. I mean, if you use Canva, it also has a code creator, but I just love this one because it's so educators friendly. So you can literally open this link. I'm going to send in the chat now. Paste your teacher page URL and generate the code. And I love it because it's easy to, adjust your branding colors or whatever color you prefer. Let's go with green. You can even add your little photo of yourself, which is really nice when you're facing, working with people. They always want to see the face, to put the face to the story, and then download, and that's it. And then you add this QR code to your flyer so students can reach out to you and even not have to communicate with you instantly. That's the one benefit we didn't talk much about, but they don't really need to ask anything. They can just go ahead, register, purchase, book the class. If you're not available, they can message you, which you get notified about, and the full circle kind of, right? Oh, thank you so much. I'm sorry for my voice being super off because I've been just recuperating from like a hard flu, and yeah. getting there. Katie says, "Oh, thank you for the recommendation. Webinar replays are on my YouTube channel. Please do share your YouTube channel if you haven't. If you oh, I think you can't. Can you share it? If not, I'm gonna add it to our webinar description for sure." Oh, my dad and Frank started barking, looking for the cat. Oh my goodness, that's why she's coming back and she's looking for him. She's so naughty. That is so cute. You know what? She's used to my meeting time, and usually around an hour, or like it's if it's 25 minutes or an hour, she's used to hearing the word bye bye, goodbye, bye. And then she comes and owns the space and the day. As you know, you can share the links. Okay, I think I can share. Can I share? I can. I've been sharing them all day long, right? Okay, I'm gonna share it because it's really useful, you guys. If you're not familiar with what Katie Prescott is doing, she's much more than just a teacher or just a curriculum creator. She adds so much value to everything she does, and she has a huge community of fellow teachers working on their self marketing. So here it is. Let me share the link. And I was so fortunate to have crossed paths with you, Katie. As you know, like a lot of things I'm doing now, I've learned from you. So thanks again. And thank you everyone for tuning in today. I won't keep you any longer. Reach out for support. Lock the price, the most important thing. If you haven't so far, Super Teacher is changing its pricing. And so September 15th at midnight Central European time, or around noon Central Eastern Eastern Standard Time, the prices are going up. It's not going to be this affordable anymore. So do use the opportunity to log this grandfather pricing. Trust me, you're going to thank me later. I've seen that. I am very humble, but I'm telling you, when you compare Super Teacher to any tools like Calendly or some other tools, it's beyond comparison with the richness of the features. Honestly, it's grown into a beast, and it's super affordable. So thank you so much again. Katie says, thank you so much for the amazing shout out, Ivy. Thank you for tuning in today. I know how busy you are. And thank you for being super important part of Super Teacher. That's it for now. Talk soon and stay tuned. Just to share the blog about the upcoming changes where you can inform yourself a bit more. Maybe that would be useful. Okay, here we go. And okay, that's it. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and see you in Super Teacher. Bye.